Hacksaw Ridge is directed by Mel Gibson, who directed Braveheart, Apocalypto, and The Passion of the Christ. And this movie tells a true story about Desmond Doe, played by Andrew Garfield. He joined the World War I to be a SEAL, but he's the only soldier in the entire world that never wanted to kill people. He never even wanted to carry a gun. And in the battlefield, he just saved a couple of people. It's a true story about his savings. And I'm not going to spoil it that much if you haven't heard the story, because this movie is worth seeing. This movie is freaking one of the best war films I have seen in a very long time, and my favorite movie of 2016. I love Mel Gibson as a director. I love a lot of his movies. I love Braveheart. I thought it was a great movie, which also stars him in it. But my favorite movie by him is Apocalypto. It's one of the best films by him, and it was about to win an Oscar until Mel Gibson had a fight with Hollywood about something. I'm not going to tell. It's kind of brooding in my opinion. And he also directed The Passion of the Christ, which is one of the bloodiest Bible films I have ever seen. So this movie, I never heard of this movie, actually. I heard a lot of reviews for this movie, and this movie just came out, so I just watched it. And it turned out the best movie of this year. It's weird, right? It's weird. Andrew Garfield, this is one of his best performances ever. He is great at playing this soldier. He's a shy soldier, but he's brave enough to save some people from the war. He is great in this movie. I think this is one of my favorite performances by him. I'm not saying Andrew Garfield's a bad actor. I thought him in The Amazing Spider-Man, in my opinion, I thought he's a good Spider-Man more than Peter Parker, because he's more of like a sarcastic Spider-Man guy. But, you know what? I love him in this film. I think this film matches his career, and I think this film is worth seeing with him in it. I also like Vince Vaughn. This is probably one of the first movie I've ever seen him being serious in. There are other movies out there that like he's in like a serious role, but I never saw this movie. So this is probably the first movie I've seen with him being serious. And he is funny, but he's also really great in the movie. Like, he's very serious, he's very awesome, and he's very brooding. Sam Worthington, I think this is one of his better performances. I love Mel Gibson's direction in this movie. Like, his direction is very beautiful to see in the film. Even the war scene, you think it's not going to be violent? Jeez, the war scene is one of the violent scenes I've ever seen in a war movie in a very long time. Seriously, the war scene was the best part of the movie. It's actually 45 minutes till the end of the film, so it's just like all talking and stuff, but it's not that. It's telling his career about young to older, and when he goes to the war. That's just very interesting to see in this film. I like stories like that. I like stories when he when he's like a little kid and then he grows up and he learns lessons, be brave, and then he just does what he does. Like, I like films like that. Overall, Hacksaw Ridge, I don't have any problems with this movie. This movie is my number one. Let's hope this movie stays as my number one. In my opinion, this movie is better than Arrival. I thought The Rival's going to stay as the best of the year. And yes, this movie beats Deadpool. Wow. You know I'm going to give it an A+. So guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. I know I haven't made a movie review in a while. I have exams coming up and I just finished it, so thank God. And it's December. It's almost the end of the year. 24 days until I have to make my top 10 best and worst movies of this year. I'm really excited to do that. You know you're excited to do like top 10 best and worst lists? Yeah, so there's a lot of big movies coming out in December. And let's hope I get these reviewed before I make these lists. So, yeah. So, guys, have you seen Hacksaw Ridge? What do you think of it? Comment below, let me know what you think. Make sure to subscribe to my movies, everything. And have a nice day.